Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today is Wednesday, August the 30th, I believe. I'm a little bit jet lagged and I've got I've got quite a few days that have kind of mixed and blended into each other. But I've been receiving comments from these short videos that I've put up about, hey, I'm looking forward to your ride debrief. So I need to get going on it because, well, it's 1,226 kilometers worth of uh, of experience to share with you. 762 miles. So what I thought I would do on this video as an introduction to a series of videos that I'm going to do, I want to try to keep each one of them short so I can keep your attention throughout, and new folks to the channel who do not know that I'm verbose can at least watch most of the video before they bounce off. Okay, so something really cool that was in our goodie bag is they gave us these little signs, and this is very, very similar to what is on the course for markings. So you're heading to BREST, you just follow these course markings, and then the same thing on the return. So what I thought I would do is, okay, there you go. That is when I talk about the stages going to BREST, you'll see that. And when the stages are coming back to Paris, you'll see the other side. So let's talk about, in a global sense, what this event was and or is and was for me. So I alluded to it just a second ago. 1,226 kilometers. So it was supposed to be a 1,200 kilometer event. Doesn't matter. You ride whatever the distance is. So 750 miles. It actually was 762 miles. The climbing was very close to 12,000 meters like they advertised, and that was almost 40,000 feet of elevation gain. The course was surprising to me because folks told me that it was a lot of rolling terrain, but I didn't know what they meant. It is a lot of rolling terrain. It is up and down all the time. There are no major climbs that you can speak of and remember. Oh, I remember that climb. It's just constant rolling terrain, and you probably get 50 to 100 feet, maybe 200 feet per roller, and you do 1,000 of them. I mean, you quite literally are up and down and up and down, and they're 2, 3, 4%er, just goes and goes and goes, maybe 5%, and then drops down the other side, and you do it again. And then you do it again and again and again and again. In this area here in San Diego, for example, I did a ride today. It was 19 miles with 2,600 feet of climbing. You just never get 100 feet per mile on this course. So it's just constantly up and down. All right, so let's talk about the time. I signed up for the 90-hour time window. Now, being my first time doing the event, Lori and I were like, well, we don't know anything about this course. We don't know anything about the controls and how all that's going to work. So sure, let's sign up for the 90 hours because at least then we'll have enough time if something does go wrong. Well, it turned out, at least the way we did it, we had kind of an idea, but we didn't have a plan, like a solid plan. Let's get to here, let's do this, let's sleep here, It turned out, I think it was pretty much perfect the way we did it. We rode fairly hard during the day and bed down every night. We were off the bike 35 hours. That's a very leisurely way to do this event. A lot of folks just don't have that opportunity. A lot of folks were riding through the night just to keep getting to the controls on time. So if we look at the total time of 90 hours, we finished in 86 hours, 4 hours to spare. There's some minutes there, but it's not that consequential. And as we were going through the course, we would probably 9ish, just kind of stop and then eat, relax, on the floor, or one time we had cots. But I think the way we did it, it wasn't as stressful as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to be riding through the night all the time, and I thought I was going to be cold, and and it was chilly at night, and there was dew and all that stuff that was just soaking everything down, because when we would walk out to the bikes in the morning, they would just be drenched with the moisture. So 90 hours, we finished in 86, 51 hours of pedal time, 35 hours off the bike. Now, that off the bike time is not just the sleep time. That would have been awesome. A lot of that off the bike time is getting through the controls. I mentioned in many videos prior to this that there is this thing called the bulge, and that is, here's the slow riders, the mid pack, and then the fast riders. And if you're stuck in this bell curve here, this bulge, you've got thousands of riders that could be within 2 to 3 controls, and you're going in, and there's a queue to the control to get your stamp. There's a queue to get water. There's a queue to get food. There's a queue to get did I say restroom yet? Bathroom. So a lot of that off the bike time is spent standing in one queue to go to another one. And as an ultra racer, one of the things that I've always professed, preached, instilled on the folks that I coach is time off the bike is time you can never get back. So if you're riding really hard, but then you faff about at the aid station, or in this case a control, it doesn't matter how hard you rode to get there, because you've just wasted all that effort by spending too much time at an aid station. So when I'm doing double centuries or other type of events, I'm in and out of an aid station in the shortest amount of time possible, right? But also when I do these 200 milers, there aren't 2,000 people in the same place as me, and we're not all fighting for, because the bathrooms, there'd be 4 bathrooms, and there'd be a lineup of people, or the water tap would be probably 6 taps, and they'd be, how many people lined up for that. So in this video, I just wanted to talk about just the big picture things. For example, no mechanicals, no flat tires, no drop chains. I mean, obviously that's more of a mechanic, an adjustment thing. But I did see other people drop chains. I did see other people get their stuff get all bound up, and they'd have to pull over and deal with that. So, I work on my own bike, and of course my bike is 11-speed mechanical, so external cabling, everything is a perfect bike for these types of events, perfect bike for traveling, for packing. Don't have integrated stem. I don't have hydraulic brakes. I don't have Di2. The forums is a BREST Paris forum, and there's people posting in there, hey, I cut my Di2 cable. Does anyone have an extra Di2 cable, or where can I find one? Yeah, just so many things that can go wrong with something other than a mechanical rim brake bike, right? So no mechanicals, no flats. Let's talk about the no flats. The roads are pristine, clean roads, no glass. There's no rednecks throwing bottles out the window of their car or pickup truck. There's nothing on the road. Super smooth, silky roads. I rode 30 tires, tubeless, thinking, well, you know, there was cobblestones every now and then in villages, short stretches, not a big deal. But it was nice to have the 30 tires, right? Because it was comfortable. So no flats because the roads are clean. Traffic, I mean, there's a few times we had to be on certain roads, but that was about it. Most of the other time, riding 2 abreast, 3 abreast, chatting up with the folks you're riding with. Single file because you were hammering, but the rest of the time, you can race it because you want a better time, but the experience is not to race it and to ride this event. It is a race. People still, you know, they keep track of your time. They know who's the winner. They know who came in first, second, third. They know what your time is. They know the record has been broken. They know all of that. So it is a race. But the best way to do this event is to just experience the people, experience the riders, and the terrain and the scenery. So I've seen some other videos, and actually I've only seen one where the person kind of put a really negative spin on how bored he was and whatever, and then he pulls out of the event, you know, because, oh, I'm so bored, I can't be bothered doing this anymore. And I'm thinking, dude, seriously? But that's his take on it. My take on it was an amazing experience. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, once-in-a-lifetime experience that I'd like to do again, right? So that's going to be my tagline for this type of event. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience that I'd like to do again, right? There'll be other things I'm going to talk about in the other videos in the series, but I just wanted to give pretty much a global view of this and then drill down into the details. I'll give you one more thing so that you have a general idea about it. So it was 90 hours, so that's just 6 hours shy of 96 hours, so 90 hours shy of 4 days. The first day we rode through the night because we launched at 1945. Sunset was only about an hour and a half later. So you ride, for our group, P group, we rode through the night to the next night. We did 321 miles. That first shot, about 12,000 feet. That's 517K and about 3,660 meters. Day 2, we rode 167 miles or 269K. We climbed 8,400 feet or about 2,560 meters. Day 3, we rode 198 miles, 7,000 feet of climbing. So 198 miles, 320K, 2,164 meters. And on day 4, the last day, we rode 76 miles, 122K, about 2,000 feet or about 610 meters. Now, the reason we broke it up that way, I'll explain even more in future videos, but basically it just kind of made sense. Ride, sleep, ride, sleep. So No mechanicals, no stomach issues. I used my nutrition product in between ate controls, and then ate some solid foods at the controls, but used my nutrition product. I'll go into all the gear that I used, and one of the biggest things I would change is I think I took too much gear, but I'll drill down in the details of that as well. I think I had too much stuff. I had too much of the just in case syndrome, and I if there's one thing I would change, it's probably that. I probably wouldn't take as much stuff in a just in case scenario. And but who knows? The next time you go, then you didn't take that stuff, and that's when you need it. So if you watched my channel, I was sick before I left. I had finally gotten better, and then you do this ultra endurance event. I caught some French cooties, as Jess said to me today, and I'm sick again. And but this is, I mean, it's hard. You're putting your body through an extreme effort, lack of sleep, lots of miles on the bike. You're huffing and puffing, you're breathing, everything is a strain on your body. But I needed to get one video out because folks have been asking. And I will do more. So please, if you're interested in a series, please make a comment down below. If you went to PBP, please make a comment down below. And if you'd like to do a collaboration with me because you went to PBP, or you'd like to prepare for PBP and you'd like to do a collaboration, please make a comment down below. Okay, that's all for today and this video. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you up the road.